The morning sun barely broke through the clouds when I found my ranch transformed into a gaudy spectacle. My quiet, sprawling land where I'd raised horses and hosted small family gatherings was now a circus of white tents, golden chairs, and a towering floral arch. A stranger in a tailored suit barked orders at caterers, and a string quartet tuned up near my barn. I stood frozen, my boots sinking into the familiar dirt, as rage boiled in my chest. This was my home, my sanctuary, and someone had turned it into a wedding venue without so much as a phone call. A woman in a shimmering emerald gown, dripping with diamonds, strutted toward me, her chin tilted like she owned the place. "You must be the help," she sneered, waving a manicured hand. "Make sure the champagne stays chilled." Her name was Karen, and she was about to learn a lesson she'd never forget. Karen was the HOA president, a title she wore like a crown. She'd moved into the gated community neighboring my ranch a year ago, her arrival marked by complaints about my rustic fence and the smell of my horses. I'd ignored her petty emails, assuming she'd tire herself out. But this was war. She'd booked a wedding for her daughter, Chloe, on my property, claiming it was community land under HOA jurisdiction. My deed, however, told a different story. Every acre was mine, free and clear. When I confronted her, she laughed, her eyes glinting with condescension. "Oh, darling, I've already paid the vendors. It's happening. Be a good neighbor and stay out of the way." Her words lit a fuse in me, but I didn't argue. I smiled, nodded, and walked away, already dialing my friend Jake, who owned a demolition company. The truth unraveled fast. Karen had forged documents, claiming my ranch was part of the HOA's extended grounds. She'd bullied the event planner, a nervous young woman named Mia, into setting up without verifying permits. Mia, trembling as she showed me the paperwork, admitted she'd assumed Karen's authority was legitimate. "She threatened to ruin my business if I didn't comply," Mia whispered, tears welling. That's when I met Tom, a grizzled rancher for the next county who'd overheard Karen bragging at a local diner about taking over my land for Chloe's dream wedding. Tom's unexpected arrival on my doorstep, with a crumpled napkin bearing Karen's boast scrawled in his handwriting, shifted my perspective. This wasn't just about might, was about every small-town soul Karen had trampled with her entitlement. Tom's quiet fury matched mine, and together, we hatched a plan to expose her. The confrontation came on the wedding day, as guests in designer suits sipped mimosas under my oak trees. I'd spent the week gathering evidence: my deed, Karen's forged papers, and testimonies from Mia and other vendors she'd intimidated. The local sheriff, a friend who owed me a favor, waited in his cruiser nearby. But the real showstopper was Jake's demolition crew, their engines roaring as they rolled onto the property. Karen's face twisted from smug to horrified as bulldozers tore into the floral arch, sending petals flying. Guests screamed, clutching their purses, while Chloe, in a poofy white dress, wailed about her perfect day. Karen stormed toward me, her heels sinking into the mud. "You're ruining everything," she shrieked, jabbing a finger in my face. I held up the deed and smiled. "This is my land, Karen. You're trespassing." The sheriff stepped forward, reading her rights as the crowd gasped. Mia, now emboldened, handed over the forged documents to the deputy, sealing Karen's fate. Karen's empire crumbled faster than her daughter's wedding. The demolition crew didn't stop. Tents collapsed, tables splintered, and the string quartet fled with their instruments. Chloe sobbed, but her tears felt more like frustration than heartbreak. Tom, standing beside me, muttered, "She's just like her mother." The twist came when Chloe turned on Karen, screaming, "This is your fault. You said it was all legal." The guests, now whispering among themselves, began filming the chaos, their phones capturing Karen's humiliation. She tried to salvage her dignity, shouting about lawsuits, but the sheriff's handcuffs silenced her. As she was led away, her emerald gown streaked with dirt, the crowd's murmurs turned to cheers. Mia, shaking but triumphant, apologized to me, promising to make things right. I waved her off. She was a victim too. Tom tipped his hat, his weathered face breaking into a grin. "Karma's a hell of a thing," he said. By sunset, the ranch was quiet again, the wreckage cleared, and my horses grazed under the fading light. Karen faced charges for fraud and trespassing, her HOA presidency stripped by an emergency vote. Chloe's wedding was rescheduled at a community center far from my land. The ordeal left me exhausted but stronger, reminded that standing up to bullies like Karen wasn't just my fight, it was for everyone she tried to crush. I rebuilt my fence, taller this time, and invited Mia and Tom for a barbecue to celebrate. We laughed over beers, the weight of the day lifting with every story shared. My ranch was mine again, and no HOA could change that. This story isn't just about one woman's downfall, it's about fighting for what's yours and calling out those who think they're above the rules. Have you ever faced a Karen who tried to steamroll you? Share your thoughts, what's right, what's wrong, and how do we keep standing up?